Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. I am so excited to talk to you today because I have a little bit to share and I'm so excited about everything. So a couple things. Let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the summer cardi that Darla had just did a tutorial for, and I love it. Let's see here. Can't see the whole thing. It goes down to about my hip level, but look how pretty it is. Isn't it lovely? Okay, so I really didn't do everything. I did everything that the tutorial showed. But what happened was I think I made my yoke a little bit too big because when I put it together, it was a little bit too low here. It came out too low. So I did sew up a little bit on the sides, and then I added 3 more rows for just a little sleeve. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm so excited. Now I used a yarn that Knit Crate had out years ago. It was called Citrus something or other, and it was a #1 weight yarn, and it had about 430 yards to it or so, but I had 2 of them, so I doubled them. Well, that only took me to about you can see it right here. It took me to right here, and it's so subtle. You can see it from far away, but it's so subtle you can barely see it up close. But I ran out of this color yarn, and of the 2, I had a 3rd cake, and I started that with a what was it called? Hobby Lobby Ideal. I don't have the tag in front of me, but it was a #1 weight wool acrylic mix blend, and I just doubled it with it. But look, you can barely see any color difference, and it's so beautiful. It's so summery, right? Darla, thank you so much for this tutorial, because I am gonna make more for sure. I love it. I love it. Thank you. So I've got a couple of, I finished this a couple days ago, and I've worn it the last 2 days, and we have had a heat wave. Now, I know a lot of places that you're going to go, you think that's hot, but for Kentucky, it is steaming. Last couple days, it's been 96, 97, with a heat index of about 110, and I have worn this, and I don't feel any more heated than if I were, if I were to just have worn my camisole. So yeah, it's nice. So I'm working on another top. This, as a matter of fact, is the same kind of, now I don't think it's the same stitch pattern exactly, but it is very similar. But this is another pattern by my friend Darla. So it's the design that she did, and it's a side to side, and it's going to be a long, and it looks very, very wide. Woo! But it's going to be just like a cover-up type thing. So it'll lay like this. Well, actually, let's just do it, okay? Let's just do it. I used a 3-row repeat. Let's see how this will look. Kind of looks like a Clint Eastwood, like, you know. Okay, so let me see if I can move the camera a little bit so I can back up. Let's see. Okay, so you can see it's very long, and I'm going to sew together the sides like so. And it will just be like a T. And I don't know, I guess I could have made it a little bit thinner, but I did like it roomy because it's the blend I'm using is a linen cotton wool blend. It has something else in it. Hold on. Wool, cotton, linen, bamboo. It's the Unity Beyond. Oh, and I know. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, when the camera faces me, like I'm in selfie mode, everything's backwards. I just discovered that. Sorry. But it's Unity Beyond, and it's wool, cotton, linen, bamboo, and it is going to be so nice and airy. And once I have the sleeves, I might even, I don't know, I'll work with it. I might be able to do something where I can make like almost like a cuff. I don't know, I'll play around with it because I didn't want the sleeves to be that long or, you know, to go that far down. So I know I did make it wide, but my hips are wider than my shoulders, if you know what I mean, and so I had to do it like that. But anyway, I love it. So it's almost done. Just have to sew it up. So I'll be working on that. And for modesty, I'm going to put my little, don't need to scare anybody with my bat wings. Okay, so, yeah, I've been wearing it with like a little clip right here, like a little butterfly, or not a butterfly, but a little bumblebee clip right here, and it's worked lovely. Okay, so a couple more whips that I have. For some of you that did watch my last video, you saw that I had picked up this Urban Chic yarn bee on the clearance, and I got 4 of them, and I started a little baby blanket. It's just, this is how big it's gonna, this is how wide it's gonna be, and I'm just gonna keep going until I run out of yarn. I don't know how wide it'll be. I mean how long it'll be. It's this wide, and if I run out of it and it's a good length, you know, I will probably find a solid color and then just do a quick simple border around the edging. So that's that. I'm also working on, I started this, I had a lot of Be So Easy yarn left, and so I'm doing a striped blanket. That bottom one looks like a teal blue, but it is like a light blue in person. But anyway, that's it. And I'm just doing a repeat with a that raisin color in between each row of color. And I'm just going to keep doing that too until I run out of yarn. And that's going to be that. Because I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to use up all that Be So Easy yarn until I have none left. So, Darla, you have been an inspiration this last week. Let me tell you, girlfriend. So, I had these 2 Rainbow Rhapsodies, and I put them together, started them in the middle, and I'm using, what size? I think it's a 5mm. Hold on. It's in the bag. Yeah, it's a 5mm hook, and it's turning out beautifully. Look at that. And I've got about half the cake done, and of each cake, you know. And so the ombre is looking so gorgeous, isn't it? That fade. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Here, look. So it's going to go into a little bit darker blue, a little bit darker until a navy, and then that navy is going to be the edging. Isn't that going to be pretty? And don't ask me for, it's just, I'm just making it up as I go, like I do with my shawls. So those are my whips, and I am pleased as punch. Now my stack of almost done, but still have something to work on, that stack is getting higher and higher, so I'll have like a lot of stuff to show that's when it's completely done, and that long top is going to be one of them. On my last video, I was doing some decluttering, and I was moving yarns around and such, and I was showing some hanks and cakes and skeins and little donuts, and I had a very good question. Somebody asked a question, and it was Heather, and Heather was asking, okay, what's the difference between a hank and a skein, and you know, so what's up with that, you know? So I thought, that is a great question. And so I took to my stash, and I tried to find a skein, a hank, and a skein, hank, and cake that were, you know, the same weight. Couldn't find one right off the bat, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to do these two because these are easy enough to compare. So let's start with the number one weight, okay? Now, I know I'm doing number one weight. Don't let that throw you off if you say, I don't use the number one weight. It's okay. You'll kind of get the idea of it. No matter if you get a worsted weight, if you get a 3 weight, whatever it is, it's going to work up about the same. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, so I have this yarn, well, it's Believe, by Petra, and this is from Melissa's, Melissa's store, but her channel is Crochet in Agreement. And I picked this up because it was a cotton one weight. Okay, that's why I picked this up. 100% cotton, one weight. Now, I also picked up, well, this one's cotton acrylic, but we're still going to get the same stats. This is a hobby twister, and it's cotton acrylic. And so we've got a hank and a cake, okay? Now, each one of them is 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, okay? So they weigh the exact same. They're both the same material, okay? So now it's just, what about yardage? Okay, so this cake has 437 yards, 400 meters or 437 yards. So 437, okay, same weight as this, but in this one there is 546 yards. Now, I think that's a lot. She's wrapped that really well. Um, but I will say that the majority of time, for those of you that have other hanks of yarn, um, these usually run pretty close. Okay, if you get the same material, you see what I'm saying? If you get the same, cotton to cotton or wool to wool, it's going to be about the same weight, about the same yardage. Okay, so I'm not sure why there's 100 yards, 100 yards more in here than there is in here. I'm not sure. Okay. Let me think if I can find, let me think here. Problem is I don't have any cakes of one weight wool. Yeah, I didn't buy any. I haven't bought any of those. Now, let me describe some differences between this. So if you were thinking, oh, I can buy Hobie Twister and it's like, it's X amount of dollars as opposed to this, which is like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know offhand of any like major companies like Hobby or Hobium or I see some Cloudborn yarn, some Pima yarn, but I don't know of any like big companies that sell cotton fingering weight in hanks. I'm pretty sure it's more like a specialty yarn, like for hand dyed, or like some companies that have that specific. Give me 1 minute and I'll go check. All right, so I dug out some 3-weight yarn, okay? And I've got a hank, a skein, and a donut, okay? Or a ball. Some people call them balls, okay? So each one of them is, I'll see, yeah, this is 3.52. This is 3.5. And this is 3.5. Okay, so each one relatively is the same weight. All right, each one is cotton. This one is cotton acrylic and this is cotton linen, but they all weigh about the same. This is a Cloudborn, Juniper Moon, and a Hobby Lobby Fresco Light. Okay, now let's look at the yardage. The Hobby Lobby has 290 yards. Juniper Moon has 284, so that's 4 yards less. And the hank is 231. Okay, so this looks to have the least, am I right? Yeah, 231, 284, and 290. So this has the most, then this has the, a little bit less than this, and this has the least amount. This is 100% Pima, this is cotton linen, and this is cotton acrylic. So the price points on each one of those are going to be completely different, okay? So don't think that one should be the same. They all were priced the way they were because of what the fiber content was. So, but I wanted to share, the difference in the yardage. Now, why would somebody get a hank like this as opposed to something like this? Well, that's all a personal preference. As far as I'm concerned, it's a personal preference. I'm eventually going to get a a rack that will hold these nicer so I can see all of them. Um, some people, they like the skeins. Some people like something round, that they can stack like a cake. Or I couldn't find a cake that was 3.5 ounces. Most of the cakes are about 5 ounces. So they were more. But I think it's a matter of preference. Um, Now, again, a lot of times the hanks are going to be, um, they're coming straight from either an indie dyer or a company that specializes in a certain line of yarns like this. Um, Now, Hobby Lobby has regular cotton, but it's going to be a 4 weight. I think, I don't, that it might, some of them might be a 3 weight. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's all going to be a matter of preference, what you like. I like when I go into a store, a little yarn store, and they have all the hanks hanging up and they have them all in order. I can see like all the colors, and how they go together, and I like to match them up. That's, like I said, it's a personal preference. Now, some of these you won't find, you're not going to find a juniper moon in a big box store. Okay, that is going to be something that you find online or in a yarn store. Okay, I hope that helps, Heather. I know that was a little long-winded and I apologize, but now I have a big reveal. 1 minute. Ta-da! What do you think? What do you think? Isn't it pretty? I love it, you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me do that so you can see. So I used to have my cottons 1 weight, 2 weight, 3 weight, then 1 weight, 2 weight, 3 weight, 4 weight in the wools. No, I don't want it like that anymore. So I organized it a little bit different, but I am loving my white, pretty art. Isn't it gorgeous, guys? Oh, I'm so excited. Now, this will not stay like that, because those and that that top, these 3 bins here, those 3 shelves, not going to be like that. That's all my fingering weight, 1 weight yarn. That's all my fingering wool blend yarn. And I even have it put separate. I even put it separate by like makers. Okay, so like this is from Knit Crate. This one is all of my indie dyer yarn. And this is my Hobby Lobby yarn. Can you see how much Hobby Lobby yarn I got? I got so much Hobby Lobby yarn. It takes up like twice as much room almost as those. Because I got these standing up. I have a lot. But I tell you what, I took my time. I took my time doing it because I wanted it to look appealing yet be completely functional for me. Okay, I love looking at. Now, granted, I didn't have enough space to put all of this Kristen Omdahl yarn, and so what I did, it's actually 3 deep. 3 deep. Okay, so I have a lot of it. And I don't like the way it's set up like that. I'm just, it's just too much color for me. I try to do it by, I have the pinks and the blues and the greens, and then I have down here the browns, the oranges, and then the gray tones, white, black. So I tried, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm not sure how I want to do those yarns. I guess the answer is just use it. Use it up and then you won't have to worry about it. That would be kind of nice, yeah? So, yeah, so let me go through and I'll show you real quick. I know I'm going kind of long again, but I'm so pleased as punch. But what you don't see, I've got huge crates full of my number 3 wool that are Stylecraft DK Light or Life DK. And I've got 1 bin of yarn that is wool yarn, that is yarn I'm still on the fence about whether or not I want to keep or donate, or if I just want to buckle down and decide what I want to make with it and just make the projects, or set it aside in some kind of plastic bags or something and stack them somewhere so I know what I'm going to do with them. I have a big old basket here and another crate full of the Hanks, the Hanks, the 4-weight. Yeah, let's see here. The 4-weight, the bulky weight yarns, and yeah, there's still a lot. Now, over here, hold on, let me see if I can move this without making you sick. Going on a field trip. Okay, these crates over here, they're full of my acrylic yarns. This is all acrylic. All these shelves down here, I've got these 6 crates. Those are all Stylecraft DK. I have like miscellaneous 1, 2, and 3. 1? No, I don't have much 1 weight, but mostly 3 and 4 weight yarns. I have some cakes, some what are those fuzzy ones called again? Latte cakes. And behind here I've got some other stuff, but they're just all, this is my acrylic wall. Now, my goal is to clear that out, clear all of this out, either using it, donating it, or just setting aside and just doing the project. There's so many pretty yarns that I know I wanted because I wanted to make something with them, something very specific. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know what I want to do yet. So, I've been getting a lot of inspiration from my wall now. I try to keep things together in, if it's a, like this is all the Petra number 1 weight crochet thread. These are all like down in there. I've got bamboo, either Kobu, Trubu, the Bambootiful by Hobby Lobby, but those are the cotton bamboos, and I've got straight cotton down underneath, but they're going by weight. So I got the number 1, 2, let's see here, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then starts the 3, because I had quite a bit of 1 and 2 weight yarns. So anyway, that's it. The rest of my room is a freaking mess. But that part is taken care of, and I'm so loving. I put together the colors I went by colors. So this is 1 weight on the top. Let's see here. 1 weight. And then, I don't know why I keep going back. 2 weight. I've actually, the top 2 are 2 weights. 1 weight. And then this is 2. And then this is starting with 3. But I've sorted them into the colors so I can see. And wouldn't that be cool, you know? So like I could say, oh, I want to make a project for Jane Doe, and she loves blues, and she's not allergic to wool. So I'll come over here to the wools, and I'll pull out my drawer, my little bin. Now these, I got them, these round ones with the handle here, those are, they're round. They're like little tubs, mini tubs. I got them at the Dollar Tree in the seasonal section for 4th of July. They had red, white, and blue. So if you want everything blue, get everything blue, you know. I wanted white, and I like the white. Some of these, this whole row down here, I had gotten those at Walmart last year and the year before, yeah, last year. And they had different colors. They had mint, they had turquoise, coral, and white. And I got a couple of coral and turquoise, but the majority of them were white. They didn't have any more this year, so I used what I had. And then the rest of them that don't have a handle on them, any that don't have a handle, let's see here, down here on this row, and then I can see 2 of them right here. Those are also from Dollar Tree, and they're dish tubs. They're actually little dish tubs, and they fit perfectly. And they're all $1 and a quarter. So yeah, I loaded up, and I can't fit any. Well, I could fit more, but I think if I put more on there, I'd have to eliminate more yarns, and I didn't want to eliminate the yarn just for the sake of putting a white bin there. So that's a lot, right, guys? Tell me how you guys have been doing in your. Are you decluttering? Are you organizing? What are you guys doing with your yarn that you don't know what to do with? What are you guys doing with it? Are you setting it aside to give away? Are you selling it? Are you donating it? If you're donating it, who are you donating it to? I want to know. I want to know these things. So, okay, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember to be blessed. Take care of yourself. And thanks again from Petra's Happy Place. Bye-bye.